Good morning. How y'all doing? How y'all doing in the cafe? Are you ready for some hot and steamy conversation this morning? What you drinking on? What you sipping on? Caramel macchiato. That's my favorite beverage right there. That's how I get my day started. Hot and steamy.
My mother and I had a fantastic relationship.
This is Stephen, and I just wanted to share.
You should always be in a place where you're celebrated. Life is too short to stay somewhere and tolerate it.
If you cannot help a person, don't hurt them, especially with women. Always just whole essence is to bring out the best in other people.
Something that touches other people, and that's what your show does. It doesn't. It's not just conversation as you started. It actually has a purpose.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee Talk with Soy, your new morning show where real talk happens every Saturday at 10 a.m. It's your girl Soy bringing you stimulating conversation to the Brew Nation. It's always a joyous occasion here in the cafe. Drink on it, think on it. Let's talk now. You see, if soy means I am, therefore you are bold, beautiful, intelligent, amazing, and leaving your insecurities and inabilities to be tested, then rested while you have real talk with soy. That's what we do here in the cafe. It's a new dawning day. Good morning. Good morning. I'm not a singer, but I am working on my lyrics, y'all. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about that? It's my goal to be a singer. No, not really. My producer told me today to stay in my lane. So I'm going to stay in my lane and just do what I love and enjoy doing. And that is empowering people, speaking to people, speaking into people, giving them just a little bit of hope, a little bit of light that they can make a change in their life to see something greater. So if that happens, then God has done his work through me. Amen. 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 Welcome to the cafe, y'all. Good morning. Thanks for being here with me. For those of you who are watching on Facebook Live, thank you. Watching on Instagram Live, thank you. YouTube and all those other feeds that my producer Mel has linked me to. I appreciate him. So shout out to Mel. Applause, applause, applause for him and all other Black-owned businesses. So we want to continue to support our own, and we all gonna lift each other up, right? Right, right, right. Okay, I said a mouthful, so it's time to sip on my beverage. What are you sipping on? What are you sipping on this morning? I have a bottle of water in hand, but y'all know y'all can always count on me for a good old cup of coffee. So check in right now. Where are you listening from? And what are you sipping on? Let me know. Let me know. Put that in the feed. Put that in the feed and take a minute to share. So y'all take a minute to share this podcast with other people in your social community. They say sharing is caring, and that's what we're going to do here on the show. So share, 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 share. All right. All right. All right. Now, this morning, before we get into the show, wait a minute. I got a quick announcement I want to make. I want to give a shout out to one of my girlfriends who has a restaurant in the Chicago area. So if you're in Chi-Town, stop by Creed on the Lake, one of Chicago's newest soul food addictions. They say it's just what the neighborhood needed when they brought a taste of Mississippi to East Garfield Park. So congrats to my girl Tina Cook and her partner Erwin McKinney, Creed on the Lake. It's at 2806 West Lake Street. That's Creed on the Lake, y'all. So y'all check it out. Go get you some good old soul food. And when you get there, tell us Soy sent you, okay? That's Creed on Lake. Good old soul food. Good old soul food. Shout out to Tina. Love you, girl. Do your thing. They got COVID restrictions going on over there. So y'all check her out and get you some good old food. Ain't nothing like a good meal. All right. So I'm excited about our topic this morning. One, because a couple of reasons I'm excited about this topic. One is because it's another topic about life, and y'all know I love to talk about life and our experiences and And the funny thing about talking about life is that everybody has a life, right? We all got our own life, we all do our own thing, and yet our experiences are always different, right? We always walk away from our life experiences with something different. You may find people in your circle where you have things in common, and then you can be in a situation with two or three other people and y'all have a whole totally different experience about that, right? That's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of being different and celebrating being different and being okay with being different. And so this morning we're going to talk about the title of the show this morning is to play the hand you're dealt, right? Play the hand you're dealt. You know, you can't live nobody else's life. Sometimes you can't get in nobody else's lane. All you can do is follow your path, right? Whatever that is, good, bad, or different. So if you are a card player and you're at the table and you're dealt your hand, all you can do is play the hand you're dealt, right? Right. So I got my good old girlfriend, right? And my good old girlfriend, who is, I'm telling you, she is a card player for real, for real, for real. She got the lingo down, the techniques, the strategy. I mean, she don't even have to be your partner, and you can sit at the table with her, and she can evoke fear on you. You know, you be thinking about whether you're gonna play your card or not because she got so much to say. But I love her and I appreciate her, and I'm so glad that she is in the cafe with me this morning. So I want to welcome to you. I want to welcome to the cafe, introduce to you a phenomenal woman, an experienced professional with proven performance in leadership, supervision, operation, and management in various business entities. She's passionate about what she's doing. She's passionate about empowering people, and she's passionate about the card game. So let's welcome to the cafe my distinguished Toastmaster and amazing friend, Dr. Yolanda Ogletree. Good morning, sweetheart. How are you?
Good morning, sir. I'm fine. How are you?
Don't she sound so nice and sweet, y'all? She sounds so nice and sweet. I'm telling you, she's a vulture at that table. She sounds so nice and sweet. I love her, though. I do. I really do love her. I love her. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning.
My pleasure.
So actually, y'all, I had to draft her, really. I had to twist her arm and almost threaten her, but she obliged because she's a good friend. And she loved both of these topics, so I'm glad she's here with me. You ready to have some fun, yo?
I am.
Okay. All right, so both of us being seasoned card players and just women who've overcome challenges in our lives, we're going to be using the terminology from the game of spades to explain and interpret real life situations and how to get out of it. So if you are a card player, right? You played the game, and you understand the lingo, join us. Join us on Facebook. Join us on Instagram. There are comments, regardless of where you're watching. There are comments below. So drop your comments as to how you interpret this scenario, either on the table or off the table, and what it meant to you. So here we go. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. So I began before I did that wonderful introduction talking about you and your amazing self, Yolanda. I kind of talked to them about playing the hand you're dealt, and sometimes that's all you can do is play the hand you're dealt. You know, there's 52 cards in the deck. They're dealt out to you. Your hand is in front of you, and all you can do is just play the hand you're dealt, right?
Absolutely.
So the first thing that happens in the game, and what we're going to say is not in any particular order, but they were just facets of the game, is you kind of look at your hand, assess it, and then you want to bid on what you think you can make. So the whole idea, y'all know, is to make books. You want to win, just like in life. We want to be successful. We want to always be winning, right? All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Every time I walk up in the building. Every time I walk up in the building. So we want to win, right? We want to win. And you want to look at your hand, assess what you have, and bid your best hand. So, what does that mean in life, Yolanda?
If we look at this and compare it to our new normal with the pandemic, it is what it is. At this point, we just have to adapt to what has been thrown in our lap and run with it. Devise a strategy, make it work for yourself, work your strategy, and don't allow the strategy to work you. At some point, you'll start to see the tunnel at the end of the. You'll start to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I can go with that. 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 Make your best move. Have your plan in action and just move forward with it. And just move forward with it. So, what's another concept that comes to mind?
Cutting.
Mm. Why that one?
Cutting is, if you're looking at the game, it can be twofold. When an opponent cut you, they've done their job. When your partner cut you, they're not being attentive. If you look at that with relationships, sometimes our friends can cut us with their tongue, slippery tongues. You could have divulged personal information that one would use against you. So that's a slippery tongue.
Mm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's that makes me think about your partner as well, and not to really leave the cutting, but when you look at having your partner who is in the game with you, so you can have there are players in the game. That there's your partner, then there's opponents, and just like in life, there are people you work with, people you're on a team with. You have your family, your children, your friends, and just kind of recognizing. Who's in the game with you, who's at the table with you, who's in your circle, and realizing the position that they're in to be sure that you don't cut them. And if so, it's to protect them or to protect you both. So that was a good point. I like that. I like how you spent that. Good, 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 good. Because the idea is to win, 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 no matter what.
That's that's the objective.
I want to be a singer so bad. Win, win, win. Maybe I could just be a rapper. Am I too old to be a rapper?
No, I
Yeah,
don't think you're.
yeah, yeah. Just give it up, give it up. Okay, okay. Back to the topic. Back to the topic. I'm getting thrown off. I'm getting thrown off. Right. I'm getting thrown off. Speaking of throwing off, so in the game, there's another concept that we use in the game: throwing off, and that's kind of knowing when to fall back and when to take a back seat. It's not always your moment. That's how I would transfer that, in life. And sometimes it is I love this, I love this, I love this. You ever notice how you try to have a conversation with someone and you are talking, you may be sharing something about yourself with them, and before you can begin telling them what your experience was, they start talking about themselves. Yeah, I did that. And then they go on 20, 30 minutes and they haven't heard anything you said. You initiate the conversation. And so we don't always yield the moment to someone else. And sometimes we can, whether it's intentional or not, sometimes we can be selfish, and be self centered. And it's really time for us to fall back and let that other person have it. Let them have the floor. It's their moment. They're talking about their experience, not our experience. And sometimes when we're playing the game, you throw off because your partner has already won the book. It's evident on the table. They won the book, and so we need to fall back and support, and not trying to take over the show. So throwing off, we know what that means in a game, and I think out of the game, it's an opportunity to fall back and let others have their moment and not be so selfish and self-centered, and realizing that sometimes it's about other people. So give them that time, give them that moment. That's how I translate that. What you think about that, Yolanda? You got another view about that?
Actually, you're spot on. It's knowing your place. Every situation is not a battle. If you transport that to life, every situation is not a battle. Sometimes you just fall back, you hear it, and sometimes we make the comment, "Oh, okay," and you just let it be.
Mhm.
Everything is not a battle.
Mm. Okay. You want to drop the next one on them?
Absolutely. Bluffing.
Mm.
Bluffing. That's displaying your poker face in a game, especially when you're dealt a hand and you don't have any trump or any face cards. You're crying on the inside because you don't have a hand, and your goal is to throw your opponents off. And that's, you look at that with life. A lot of people bluff. This pandemic again, uh, you're applying for jobs and you put false things on your resume that aren't true. Okay, you go to an interview and the interviewer asks particular specific questions and you can't answer the question in great detail because you bluffed your way through the interview. So sometimes it can catch up with you personally. In the game, it's okay because it's a game, but in life experiences, it's a little bit more challenging.
Mm. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. It's a physical challenge. That's a good one. So I want y'all to hold on to that bluffing. Let that meditate. If you are watching on Facebook or Instagram, share this. Share. At the bottom of the screen, just hit share and share this. People are having difficult times out here, as Yolanda said earlier, and people need a word, they need a voice, they need a message. So share this. And while you do that, we're going to go ahead and run our advertisement. Be right back.
Have you heard? Sponsorships are requested. Coffee Talk with Soy is looking for dynamic entrepreneurs like yourself. If you're motivated, energetic with a message or product, consider advertising with us. It's a win-win. For more information on those advertising and sponsorship packages, visit the website Coffee Talk with Soy or call me at 515-I-GOT-SOY. And again, that's 515-I-GOT-SOY.
515 I got soy. 515 I got soy. That's the office number. So if you need to reach us about content, or you want to be a guest on the show, you got something you want to talk about, you want to hang out with me in the cafe. I like guests, especially now in this pandemic. I'm lonely over here, y'all. So you want to hang out with me here in the cafe, and we can sit and look at some dates to get you on the show. Holler at me, 515 I got soy. That's what it is. That's what it is. All right, so my girl Yolanda was helping whip us into shape, and we're using. If you're just tuning in with us, we are using the game of spades, bid whist for those of you who play that too, to talk about life experiences. Right. So here we are. If you missed it, go back and get it. Go back and get it. The podcast will be there. You can share it with other people. Share as well. And so we're gonna keep on pushing through this content. So where are we, Yolanda? Where we leave off at?
Bluffing. So
All right. So the next one is bags, and this is my favorite. This is my favorite. Bags. So bags is when in the game, y'all know when you you're scared to bit your hand. hmm Or let's say you're just playing with some generous people. They just don't know really how to play, and but for whatever the reason, you have accumulated more than you planned to. Right? You bid five, you made seven. You bid eight. You made 10. And when I think about bags, I think about carrying unnecessary luggage, holding on to things, holding on to dead weight. And I find that especially as women, you look at us, we always got a good handbag. And when you look in your bag, you got all this stuff in the bag, right? You got stuff that you don't even need in your bag. Even when we travel, the men know, TSA know that when we travel, you can rest assured that when we get to the scale, there's a look of terror. Somebody that overpack. Somebody that overpack and got to go through the embarrassment of unpacking at the counter. And you got to pull stuff out here. Take this, put this in your bag, or you got to stuff it in your carry-on because you didn't overpack. Even TSA know that we can't get to places in life if we keep overpacking. We can't keep carrying bags, ladies. And I want us to let some of that stuff go. I want us to let some of these bags go so we can make room for other things in our lives. I mean, how many of y'all can look in your purse right now and find something that you probably don't know what it is or probably belong to somebody else, right? Thank God we don't have change purses no more because everything used to be in them. I mean, we had all kind of stuff in our purse. I mean, nail files. One of my girlfriends, I ain't gonna say her name, Gloria. She be carrying all kind of stuff in her bags, even mail in the bag. Like we get ready to go out. Who you gonna mail your bills tonight? Why do we carry all this stuff around with us? Ladies, ladies, ladies. We got to focus on what's important and just kind of stop getting rid of stuff. Get rid of stuff. Just get rid of it. Carrying stuff around, guilt, shame, embarrassment. We need to get rid of that. Get rid of all this stuff that's getting in the way of us, going to the next level. So bags, we don't need them. Dead weight. Get rid of it. I told y'all that was my favorite. That was my Yolanda laughing at me. Why are you laughing, Yolanda?
I mean, you're spot on. If it don't serve a purpose, let it go.
Mm-hmm. Let it go.
We can't continue to hold on to other people's problems. Let it go.
Mm-hmm. And you know what, Yolanda, in a game of spades, right? You get penalized for that. So some people you play with, after you get up to 10, it's going to set you back. So it's kind of like, hold on to it if you want, but it's going to cost you. And so not only does it cost you in a game, it does cost you in life. Sometimes we can't move on to fruitful relationships. Good places of employment. We can't move on to other places in life because we holding on to something that happened 2-3 years ago. You still mad, you still upset, you still salty, you still talking about this baby weight and the child 10, 12, 15 years old. That ain't baby weight. Stop holding on to that. Let that stuff go. We still holding on to things, so we gotta let it go. Let it go, move on, ladies. We gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. What we got next, Yolanda? Let's keep it moving. Girl, I can talk about bags all day.
Watching the board. Pay attention to your surroundings and being prepared for what may come. You watch your opponent, you watch every move that they're made, and you try to devise a strategy to outdo them.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Watching the board, paying attention. So my daughter is oh my God, my baby girl is about to be 28 years old. So she's been teaching internationally for the past 4 or 5 years. And when she first went over there, she's home now due to COVID. She couldn't return back. So she's home now. But she was teaching in China for a few years, and she's taught in other countries in Asia. But I told her when she first left, I said, Courtney, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Pay attention to what is around you. Y'all be surprised what we learn if we just be quiet and be still and just pay attention to what is happening around us. We be so busy moving and shaking and moving and sometimes trying to be the center of attention. But when you fall back, and just watch the board, watch life, you're almost, there's so many signs that's giving you clues as to what to do next if you just pay attention. Watch the board. Watch the board. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Speaking of watching the board, one of the things that, another concept in the game, Yolanda, is the first hand deals itself, right? And so when I think about that, it's become common, right? Everybody use that term, the first hand deals itself, meaning you just kind of see where everybody at. You're just testing the waters, right? And we do that in a lot of things in life. I think when I think about that, I think about employment wise. You got this probationary period. You everybody just kind of watching, want to see what you do when you first start working. First hand deal itself, just kind of see where it go. Not a lot of instructions, and people are watching. I think about it in life. When we take off and in this dating, if you're dating someone, you kind of, there's no commitment there. Just kind of want to see where it go. Firsthand kind of just deal itself, is whatever. And it's so common in the dating thing. Don't nobody want to own nothing. It just kind of be out there. We friends. Like what? What does that mean? What can I? Yolanda, what? Everybody friends. What? Ain't no levels, ain't no associate. We just, we good. Like, what is it? What?
No commitment.
No commitment, right? They can do whatever they want to do. And the moment you got something to say, it's, we friends. What? Wait a minute, friend. That was with me yesterday. Wait a minute, friend. That I did all these things. Wait a minute, friend. So I just say be careful, that first-hand deal and stuff. Be careful being so loosely involved with things where you can't define what's happening. And then, because what happens is everything's so loose and so casual, there's no accountability. So you can't hold anybody accountable. Because when the first-hand deal is, I ain't say I was going to make 5. I ain't say I was going to make 3. What's the first? We just going to see where this go. So we got to be careful with that, because we have expectations, and it's natural and human to have expectations. But I'm telling you one thing. So I don't like being disappointed. I can tell you that right now. So,
but look, I didn't tell you. I didn't
ahead.
tell you that we were in a. I didn't tell you we were in a committed relationship.
You ain't tell me. Right. Because both parties don't recognize that, right? Both parties don't recognize that. Only one person's in a committed relationship.
And that's probably the one that's cooking the dinners.
And doing everything. Right? While the other one is just letting the first hand deal itself. Let's kind of see where this go. Right? Yeah. Okay. That's going to be another whole show right there. First hand deal itself. Get out of here. Right? Only in the game. Because in the first hand deal itself, there's no direction, there's no goals. It's like whatever. So y'all be careful with that. Ladies and gentlemen, be careful with that one. Go ahead, yo.
Playing a suit. Playing a suit. In Game of Spades, if you lead out with diamonds, you should play a diamond unless you don't have any diamonds. Now, oftentimes, nobody will say anything to you because they're hoping that you're going to renege. And sometimes the person will say, hey, you don't have that particular suit that's been played, giving you a chance to rectify your mistake. But playing a suit is being in line with something or a vision. You're going along. You're trying to keep order, maintain order. And when you go outside of that, it changed the dynamic in a personal relationship or your personal career. If you want to go outside of what the organization have put forward, policies and procedures.
So is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It could be bad. If policy dictates A, B, C, and you want to do D, E, F, that could be a major problem. Everything you do has to be decent and in order and according to policies and procedures when you're employed at an organization. So you don't want to create havoc for yourself. You want to align yourself, especially with these times, and be adaptable to change.
Why do you think people do that, Yolanda? Why do people have a problem following order, playing suit? Why do you think that happens?
In an organization, sometimes you have the wrong people in the wrong positions at the wrong time. And in others, some employees have been allowed to get away with mischievous things for quite some time. And you get a new chief in town, and all of a sudden it's a problem. But it's been a problem the entire time, but nobody held that employee accountable. So it goes back to accountability. What you put in is what you get out.
I like that. I like that. And y'all heard her give her description from a HR perspective. That's her background, as you can see. But she gave her description from employment perspective, and I was thinking about it in a personally, kind of like in our social engagements with other people. Following order, playing a suit. Um, and I think about there should be order, you know? There should be order. There should be order in your home. There should be standards of conduct in your home. There should be standards of conduct in your relationships with other people. Just in how you communicate with people, there should be standards of conduct. Playing a suit is standards of conduct. Certain things we should say or should not say to other people. It's a certain way your children should speak to you. And teaching our children how to speak to adults, how to respect other people. That's playing. A diamond is played. You play a diamond. My daughter and I was talking about something yesterday, and we were talking about going in people's home, and we were talking about people's energy, and I'm all about energy. And you know how I think we all can attest to this. Sometimes you can go into an environment, and whatever your energy is, you can go into an environment, and if you sense it doesn't match your energy, you are just hesitant about it. You feel it, right? So let's say, for example, just to break it down, bring it in a little closer, because sometimes y'all act like y'all know what I'm talking about. Right? So let's just say that acting silly. So let's just say that, okay, so I'm free energy, right? Free energy, talk, talk, talk. Really, not really, I'm not, but I'm just for the sake of this experiment. Yak, yak, yak. I go into a place where everyone's quiet. You sense the energy that's a different environment. And so a person who senses that, I think the mature thing to do is to kind of adjust sometimes, or you remove yourself out of an environment that you don't feel comfortable in. If you're a person who don't indulge in like smoking or drinking and whatever and things like that, you go somewhere this is happening, you're going to remove yourself because it's not what you do and you're uncomfortable in that environment. And so when you look at going into people's homes, going into people's circle, looking at whether you follow suit or not, it's going to depend on some of these things and recognizing kind of where you are. And sometimes you kind of got to follow along or you remove yourself out of the environment. So I think it's a pro and a con to that, but it's for us to recognize when we should follow along and when we got to step aside and get out of the environment. But in anything that is successful, there is order, and it should be order in everything that we do. Order.
Mm-hmm.
She said, What the- She said, What that mean, Yolanda? Mm-hmm.
Decent and in order. I concur.
Hey, order, 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 order. One of the things I really love about the game of spades is when you have confidence, and when you have confidence in the game of spades, it shows in how you play, right? And one of the things that give us confidence in the game of spades is to have the trump. And sometimes you can kind of tell when a person got the jokers. Oh, good Lord, don't let them get both the jokers. They be sitting back. It'd be like, oh my God. And the thing about you only got one play. You got one play. But the threat of it affects so many plays, right? You only got one play. One play. But the effect of that play can alter so many plays, right? Because you are using it as a tool of power, which is what it is. And it gives you confidence. So you sitting back waiting to play it, boasting and bragging. Sometimes when you've set that game out, you've seen people who get to the end of the game and they holding it on their forehead. But now they want to play it. They just want you to see they got it. So they can intimidate you. But one of the things about the game is the confidence and knowing that you hold the power. And in life, we hold the power, y'all. We hold the power because we have power of choice. We have power of choice. We can choose who we want to communicate with. And I believe we can choose who we want to love. You can choose where you want to work. You can choose your occupation. You can choose where you want to live. We have choices. And we have power in those choices. Now, there's another flip side to that we got to own the responsibility of the choice because you kind of got to prepare yourself to get to the place so you can have that choice. But we have a choice. We have a choice. And that gives you confidence because you hold the power.
Absolutely. So when you put the Trump on your forehead, that's normally the set book.
That's the set book.
Absolutely. When you put it on your forehead, that's normally the set book.
That's the set book. You about to go down. You about to go down. Did we talk about getting set? Did we mention that one? Did we talk about the ultimate setback?
No, we did not. We didn't talk about getting set.
Oh. All right, let's quickly share the ultimate setback, and then we're gonna talk about the Boston, and then we're gonna get up out of here. So, which one you want?
I'll take the get set, the set book. Having
Okay.
a setback is not a bad thing. Sometimes it's inevitable. Okay, sometimes it's just hard to make 4 books. I don't care however way those cards were distributed. Sometimes you just cannot make 4 books. Other times you think you can make 4 books and you still don't. But it's okay. You refocus, regroup, and pray that the next hand that you're dealt is a better hand, that you can have a seat at the table.
Mm-hmm. And when you do get set, you do have the opportunity to come back. So sometimes we got to take those setbacks as a learning lesson, like how to like Yolanda said, sometimes you can't help it, but sometimes I think that there's a reason, there's a lesson in it. Were you and your partner in sync? Did you misplay something? Were you scared to play when it was your time? Because sometimes people are fearful. You want to hold on to something, and it doesn't have the same outcome you thought it was going to have because your opportunity to have played it, you missed it, and now you've lost the ability to gain a book. So there are lessons in it. So, but we all have been there. Although you don't want to be there at the table with me because I ain't going to let you forget it. ever, but
You get the side-eye look.
forever. And didn't know nobody, you got to set, next cookout, next Toastmaster meeting, next travel excursion. Nah, I'm going to go ahead and get so-and-so be my partner. You got to set. You remember in 2008 we played and you didn't play that? People don't let you live it down, but it happens, and through prayer, you can get over it. but in life, we'll talk. You can come back from the setback. You can come back. You can recover. All right, so with that being said, here's the last one, y'all. The Boston. That's when you just the beast on the table. Everything is lined up for you. You got it. You got it, and you just hitting it, and all everyone can do is just comply with it. I'm telling you, I feel every day I wake up, I'm looking for the Boston. I promise you. Every day I wake up, I'm looking for God to do something amazing in my life. I'm looking for him to line people up, for me to get to where it is he wants me to get to, not what I want. And I don't wake up looking to win money. I don't wake up looking for financial gain or anything like that. I wake up looking to have an experience with somebody that I can walk away and say, wow, that was powerful. So that is that's my Boston. Your Boston may be something else. Your Boston may be love. Your Boston may be the perfect marriage. Your Boston may be to get your kids lined up, to get them out the house, to get them to school, to get through COVID. You know what I mean? Your Boston may be just taking care of your parents as they get older, because that's real talk. And we're going to talk about that too, because a lot of us have experiencing that, having our family members to kind of come back and we're taking care of our parents. So your Boston could be that. But your Boston is you winning. Your Boston, when everything has aligned itself for you, that you are winning. And sometimes we don't always win the fight or the war? Help me out, Yolanda. We don't win the fight, we win the war. We don't win the war, we win the fight. What is it?
The fight.
Y'all know. Y'all know. Go Google it. Go Google it. But you get it, right? So
Yeah.
right, they get it. Look, we talking about the game. But all in all, your Boston is you winning. And every day can be a Boston for you. Even if you have some small setbacks, you can still win. Keep going. Keep fighting. You can do it. So I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me in the cafe. We are a little over, but I felt it was well worth it because the message was definitely something that we could all use and walk away some. So thank you, Yolanda, for hanging out with me in the cafe. I've enjoyed you. Dear.
Thank you, Soy. It was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure. All right, y'all, we're going to get out of here. But real quickly, don't forget, visit the website, okay? And we will see y'all next week. We're still trying to connect with small Black entrepreneurs with your Black-owned businesses. We want to be there for you. So go to the website and drop some information down in the contact form, and we'll reach out to you, okay? So until next week, y'all be blessed. Okay? Have your Boston moments. All right? Holla at your girl. Coffee Talk with Soy.
I just love this show, Coffee Talk with Soy. That is your new morning show where real talk happens every Saturday at 10 a.m. I'd like to thank the listeners and the guests for joining me in the cafe today. What a wonderful time we had. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Don't forget to download the app Coffee Talk with Soy from your app store. It's available on iTunes and Google Play. Stay connected, folks, by visiting the website coffeetalkwithsoy.com, as well as looking for us under your social media sites. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram under the name Coffee Talk with Soy. Remember, the size of the problem is never the issue. Remember, it's the size of you. Be great because you are awesome. Tell them Soy said so. Thanks for listening. Have a great week. Bye-bye.